Good evening, all. So today let's talk about hostel infrastructure and hostel administration. Now, what are the facilities existing right now at NIT Andhra Pradesh hostels, and procedures for hostel admissions, room allotment and outing for local and non-local outing passes, and students' grievances redressal system, rules and regulations for hostel residents, security instructions to the students, and finally, we'll discuss about the disciplinary actions. So, what do you mean by hostel? So, it is the accommodation place given to the students of the institute to board and lodge in the premises of the institute. So, let me emphasize about the infrastructure right now existing in our NIT Andhra Pradesh hostels. There are separate hostel blocks for both girls and boys students in the institute campus. So, this picture is the girls hostels related infrastructure. We have total 5 independent blocks for girls hostel, and we have a separate compound for girls hostel. So in the girls hostel premises, we have Krishnaveni Hall of Residence, which is a forest seater. That means in each room we can accommodate 4 students. And Tungabhadra Hall of Residence, which is a 2SA, that means two-seater A block, and Bhima Hall of Residence, that is also 2-seater B block. Both are 2-seaters one. And Ghataprabha Hall of Residence, that is the single-seater A block, and Munner Hall of Residence, that is also 1SB seater. Both are single-seaters. With this existing 5 different blocks, we can accommodate more than 800 girls students in this 5 different girls hostel blocks. And another one is boys hostel. Right now, which has the 10 independent blocks. One is under construction. Remaining 8 are functioning. So one is Banganga Hall of Residence, that is a 1SA, single-seater one. Purna Hall of Residence, that is 1SB, that is also single-seater one. And Manjira Hall of Residence, another one, which is the new block, name is not yet assigned. So it is also single-seater. Yeah, so one is A, B, C, and D. And Sebari Hall of Residence, Indravati, Manjira, and another one is new block. All 4 are 2-seaters blocks. And Godavari Hall of Residence, another new block, which name has to assign. These 2 are the 4-seaters blocks. So this is the boys hostel blocks. So, and this one is the mess one, name as Akshaya Mess Hall. And these are the 7 different blocks. Opposite to this one more new mess hall is construction. And back to that, 3 different new blocks are constructing. One is 1S, another one is 2S, another one is 4S. So which are the new blocks which are assigned here. So with the existing all 10 boys hostel different blocks, we can accommodate more than 2,300 students. So, and this is the just one brief video about the NIT Andhra Pradesh hostels. This is the mess hall for girls hostel. You can see beautiful cultivation lands also. This is the Amruta Girls Mess, which has 4 different dining halls, and core part is a kitchen area. And this is a hostel room, which is a 4-seater one. Thank you. And this is the boys hostel video. These are the different 1S, 2S, 4S seater boys hostel blocks. This is Akshaya mess, and this is one more new mess. Thank you. And yeah, I'm giving brief blueprint of the each and every hostel blocks. So which has the G+2 for the new hostels, and three more newly constructing hostel has the G+4. And in G+2 blocks, so this is the ground floor, so which has the two entrance, and the ground floor we have 34 rooms, including warden room, toilet, washrooms, and two entrance. And the first floor is having 34 rooms. So it is also having balconies and recreation rooms and sick rooms. And the second floor is having also two balconies and corridors, and yeah, it is also having two entrances. So this is the blueprint of each and every hostel blocks, except 4S hostels. Remaining all girls hostel, boys hostel is having same blueprint structure. And this is the hostel hierarchy. So our hostel administration authorities is the first we have for each and every hostel, we have the caretaker. So he will take care of all the complaints issues and students moving registers and all the students inventory registers, all information he will carry. And students functionary committees, we have the three different students functionary committees to maintain the hostel blocks and the mess issues. And the mess supervisor and contractor will take care, and mess, in addition to the mess warden, they will take care of the mess issues like food related things. So hall warden and mess warden will be reporting to the deputy chief wardens. We have the two deputy chief wardens, one for boys hostel and another for girls hostel. And we have the deputy register for hostels. He will take care of the all financial related matters and hostel sort staff and mess bill clearance, fees structures, everything. Deputy register will be reporting to the chief warden, and deputy taking care of all hostel administration related works, and he will be reported to the register. Then it will be the director. So he is the institute higher head. So he will take care of all hostel related issues. And these are the existing facilities at NIT Andhra Pradesh hostels. So we have the two dining halls for boys hostel, one dining hall for girls hostel. We have the separated dedicated team for medical services. Right now we have the one medical officers, more than 5 to 6 members staff. We have nurses, and we're expecting three more doctors for this semester onwards. And we have the housekeeping facilities and highly standard gym facilities, sports and recreation facilities, and laundry facilities, Wi-Fi and video surveillance. And within the hostel block, in each and every block, you have the sick rooms, medical dispensary, and 24/7 water supplies. So when you come to the medical department, medical facilities, a medical dispensary is available, and also nurses shall visit the hostel in every evening for every day. Sick room is available in each block of hostel for the sick students. Students can avail the medical insurance for inpatient treatment. Dispensary have wide variety of drugs to treat common seasonal diseases. Dedicated medical staff and one medical officer are existing right now, expecting extra medical staff in this year. Working hours of dispensary is 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. on every day, and 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Sundays. 24/7 ambulance services is available in the institute campus. Emergency caretaker, in emergency time, caretaker should take the patient to the nearest hospital directly. And during the medical emergency cases, first this will follow the step by step. Students shall contact the caretaker. He will contact the hostel block warden. Depending on the situation and case by cases, he will inform to the deputy chief warden, then chief warden. Depending on the cases, hostel block warden can inform to the medical officer also. Caretaker should take the action for immediate relief and arrange first aid treatment. And third step is hostel warden or caretaker or staff immediately contact the medical officer. In case of emergency, the patient may be taken to the hospital directly. Hostel warden will know the condition of health and stay in contact with the guardians. The mess secretary and caterer should be informed about the specific requirement of the patient. So in order to supply the food directly to his or her room. Student must maintain decorum while visiting their friends in the hospital so that unnecessary disturbance to other patients can be avoided. So next, how to report at hostels. So first thing is, once you take the admissions at NIT Andhra Pradesh, fill the hostel application form, which is available in the hostel website, in the website hostels. So you have the different annexes about the hostel application form, affidavit, undertaken form, and many forms are available, which has to sign both from student and as well as his guardian. So he has to fill the application form and submit to the hostel office. Submit all the annexes 1 to 6 about the hostel, like undertaken and affidavit forms. Submit institute and hostel fees receipt at hostel office. Get the get the admission form endorsed by chief warden. Fill the room inventory form during the check-in, and room shall be allotted as per the availability. Provisional admission into the hostel for the subsequent semester is based on the student's performance or behavior. Sorry. So allotment of room at hostel. This is the flow chart for room allotment. Student will be allotted room in the hostel office. Students comes to hostel with that allotment slip, and he will show that allotment slip to warden or caretaker, who will go through that allotment slip, collects that hostel application and all undertaken forms along with the required attachments. Entry of details in room allotment registers provided by the caretaker, and then room allotment to the students, writing room number and allotment slip. Safe custody of allotment slip will be maintained for office users in future. And this is the just brief procedure for non-local outing. If students want to go non-local outing, he has to follow this procedure. He has to student has to submit the non-local outing request in the prescribed format, which is there in the annexes, to hostel block caretaker or warden. Get the permission from parent or guardian over the registered mobile phone number only, which he will give in the application form. If he will change a number or address anything in future, that he has to inform immediately concerned wardens. Get the gate pass approval from block warden or caretaker. Then make the entry in the non-local outing register, which is available near the caretaker in the respective hostel blocks. Girl students show that gate pass at the girls hostel compound gate and submit that same gate pass to the security at the institute main gate. Same thing has to done boys also, which they have to submit that gate pass near to the main institute security gate. And this is the procedure and timings for local outing. Local outing means it is the premise of surrounding the Tadepalli Gudem town of our native Andhra Pradesh. So first thing is submit the local outing request to the hostel block caretaker or warden. Here no need to get the permission from the guardian or parent through the mobile phone number. Directly get the gate pass approval from the block warden or caretaker. Then he has to enter the details in the local outing register. Then he will get the same gate pass from the concerned hostel caretaker or warden. If a girl student is there, then they will have to show the same gate pass near to the girls hostel compound, and then they have to show the security institute main gate. So you have to remember these important points. So local outing permission should be closed by 8 p.m. at the institute main gate. Attendance of the students in the individual hostel blocks or rooms will be taken strictly between 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. on every day. Any student, if found absent in his allotted room during the attendance time, will be fined as per rules, which we will discuss in the next slides. Hostel black entrance gate shall be closed at 10 p.m. No student is allowed to enter into the hostel after 10 p.m. The students are expected to carry their college ID cards always with them. Student must enter their movements in the respective registers about their outing and incoming details. Students leaving the hostel without prior permission will invite disciplinary action, including the expulsion from the hostels. And the students can leave the hostel premises early in the morning hours, not before 6 a.m. without the prior permission of the hostel authorities. The first year BTech, both boys and girl students must be available in the respective rooms during 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. In case of any emergency, they should take the permission of written or email from the concerned block warden or chief warden. So this is the flow chart about the hostel maintenance. On the hall blocks, hosteler means student or resident or staff can raise the following complaints, and they will register in the respective registers or hostel management software. So they will generally address the following issues. They can address the issues about the cleaning, that means housekeeping, about the rooms and common rooms, recreation rooms, stairs, and washrooms, toilets, and they can address about the carpentry, plumbing, electrical, drinking, and domestic water issues, and also civil related works. And they can address in the respective register which is placed in the mess dining hall about the mess issues and any another kind of complaint. So if the passing the information to the concerned authorities and continuous follow-up can be done by the caretaker. If the problem is rectified, then he has student has to give his signature with his remarks. If the complaint is not solved immediately, then he has to follow up the reason of non-completion. Then immediately he has to inform to the caretaker. Okay, so regarding the students' grievances redressal system, which is generally to promote a responsive and conductive environment into the hostel, a student's grievance redressal system is established by the hostel management software, which is going to start from this academic semester onwards. So if student has any queries or difficulties or problems, he can address through this hostel management software. So he can address about the complaints, either maintenance related complaints and hostel related complaints. So and medical related issues, he can address from his own portal, so that respective authorities can follow up that one. The student can also see the updates, and he can also give the constructive suggestions also regarding the problems which should not be repeated in the future. So this redressal system shall provide a friendly mechanism to the students to report their grievances and the faster disposal of the same. It shall also provide a platform to the students to come forward with constructive suggestions for more efficient and effective atmosphere. So how you will file the grievances or suggestions? There are 3 steps. One is a student may approach concerned member in person or through the hostel management software, which can be logged in through his institute registration number, and he can lodge complaint or suggestions. Student cannot complain on behalf of his friend. Okay, this is the 3 different steps student can file his suggestions or grievances. How do we process students' grievance? So generally, these grievances would be free and fair. Okay, so a student can express his problem and our solution to your problem, counseling to the student. So this is mainly so in order to solve the student issues in quick manner and in transparent manner, so that won't be repeated in the future. So such a constructive suggestions can be expected from the students also. So generally, students can be give their grievances related to the maintenance. So students can make a complaint via hostel management software. First, a person from estate office shall respond. Estate office will maintain all the hostel related things like maintenance related issues like carpentry, plumbing, electrical works, water related works. So all these things will be taken care of the estate people. So first, that person will respond to your complaint. So next, caretaker of the respective block will act as accordingly. If the problem is not rectified within a 1 week, then it will be notified to the concerned warden. Even say, at that case, at that stage also, if the problem is not rectified within less than 2 weeks, then it will be notified to the chief warden for appropriate action. Next, grievances related to security. If you have any security related issues, inform to anti-ragging or grievance or discipline action committee. So for Oslo, we have separate discipline action committee, which consists of wardens, all blocks wardens, and deputy chief wardens, deputy register, chief wardens, register, and associate dean, students affairs. All this will be the members of this discipline action committee. They will take care of the concerned actions. So corresponding warden will look into the issues. If not solved, chief warden will act on disciplinary ground, and appropriate action will be taken on case by cases. So help NIT Andhra Pradesh continue to be ragging free institute in this regard. So another grievances which could be related to the food issues are, so you can complaints taken at any time. So any issues related to the food quality shall be registered in the mess halls only. So in each dining hall, so generally we will provide one dining hall to for like one course students, like first year, second year, third year. Each academic year they will have one separate dining halls. So which can be supervised by the mess supervisor and mess in charge, and mess wardens will be also there, and mess related students committee is also there. They will supervise the mess issues. If you have any issues, you can give the if you have any issues or complaints or suggestions, you can address it in the dining hall also. There you will provide the registers. and every day you can give the information about all the food items, like from breakfast to night dinner. So mess representatives with the consultation mess warden and mess contractor are responsible to solve your issues. And mess or kitchen in charge and mess supervisor will be in contact or coordinate with your problems. So this is our hostel anti-ragging grievances committee, which consists of a director of our institute and registrar, dean or associate dean, students affairs, chief warden, deputy chief wardens, and deputy registrar, all wardens, boys hostel and girls hostel. So ragging is any form is strictly prohibited. So like freshers should clearly desist from doing anything with or against their will, even if ordered to by their senior students, and that any attempt of ragging shall be promptly reported to above authorities as the case may be. First year AG students are, for the very same reason, lodged in separate hostels, and the entry of seniors is denied to the first year hostel blocks. Any senior student found to in those hostel premises for whatsoever reason without prior permission shall be subjected to the disciplinary action. The students who are found indulged in such activities shall be punished appropriately after following the procedure and in the manner prescribed herein under. The anti-ragging committee may, depending on the nature and gravity of the guilt established by the anti-ragging squad, award to those found guilty one or more of the following punishments, namely suspension from the attending classes and academic privileges, without holding, withdrawing scholarship, fellowship, and other benefits, debarring from appearing any test or examination or other evaluation process, withholding results, debarring from representing the institution in any regional, national, or international meet, tournament, youth festival, etc., suspension or expulsion from the hostel, and cancellation of the admission. So this case. So here we are briefing about the rules and regulations for hostel residence, which are framed under the authority of the institute as the guidelines. So regarding the accommodation, National Institute of Technology Andhra Pradesh is a residential institute, as you all know. Residents are required to pay mess or maintenance charges as per the prevailing rates. Rooms once allotted to the students for the semester will not be changed under any circumstances. The number of students per room will be allotted based on the availability of the accommodation. Hostel authorities are responsible for room allotment and their decision is final and binding. Students are required to pay in advance room rent, establishment charges, water, electricity, and service charges as decided by the hostel management. The facilities provided in the hostels are subject to the availability of the resources like time, manpower, infrastructure, etc. as per the government norms. All the students except PhD and MTech must vacate the hostels during the vacation period as per the academic calendar. So, and every semester during the admission into the hostel, each resident is required to submit duly filled hostel application form and other forms. The students are entitled for accommodation in the hostel as long as they are full-time registered. Any change of address or telephone number of the parent or local guardian at any point of time, he has to inform to the hostel office in writing immediately. So accommodation will not be provided to any student whose registration is cancelled. So these are the related to the accommodation. So when you come to the exemption from residence in the hostel stay may be exempted on case by case basis, as our Dean Academic Affairs informed to you. So it may be case to case. The decision of hostel administration committee is final in this regard. So in case they are allotted a room in the hostel in the first semester, the charges are payable for complete semester. Vacation of hostel in the middle of the semester and the refund of the charges paid by them is not permissible. So once you paid the semester fees in the middle of the semester, if you want to cancel the seat, so it is not allowed to pay the hostel fee back to the student. Student is denied a room in hostels by HAC due to the paucity of the rooms. So depending on the availability of the accommodation, students can get the accommodation. So right now we don't have any infrastructure issues to provide the accommodation for all the courses like UG courses, PG courses, and PhD courses also. So complete exemption of hostel charges may be granted to the student with the approval of competent authority. And so this is the code of content briefing some instructions. So residents required to carry their valid identity, institute identity card every time. So wherever they go, it is better to carry the institute ID card. Students are required to maintain standards of behavior as expected from the students of prestigious institutions. They are expected to behave courteously and fairly with everyone, both inside and outside the NIT Andhra Pradesh campus. Ragging is totally banned in the institute. The punishment will be severe or harsh as per the latest law prevailing in the country. All the students are expected to be their hostel blocks before 10 p.m. Residents are responsible for the upkeep of his or her allotted hostel room. At present, every room in the hostel is provided with a cot, alamara, ceiling fans, and lights. Smoking and consumption of alcoholic drinkings and or narcotic drugs in the hostel premises is strictly prohibited. Students should cooperate with the hostel management in this regard. So when you come to the guests and visitors, what are the instructions and rules and regulations you should follow? So guest of resident may be permitted with the prior approval by the warden. Guest can be permitted for 3 hours with the permission only. The visit of boy students to the women's hostel and vice versa is strictly prohibited. Entertaining unauthorized guest will lead to the severe punishment. No overnight guests are permitted in students' rooms without permission of the warden. Visitors to the hostel, including the parents or guardians, will have to make necessary entries at the entrance, which will be taken care of the caretaker of the respective hostel block. No day scholar student is allowed to visit the hostels during the working days. Violation of this rule shall be penalized. A delivery boy with the food parcels or purchased item is allowed between 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. by providing his or her details at the institute main gate. And when you come to the boarding, so we have briefing some instructions about like students have to keep their identity cards and produce it while taking the food in mess for every day and every time. Students on no account whatsoever will be permitted to take utensils such as plates, spoons, tumblers, glass, etc. to their respective rooms. No food will be served in the rooms of the hostel student unless a certificate is produced from the institute medical officer if the student is sick. No boarder shall waste the food. Paying mess bill does not entitle a diner to waste the food. Assist in maintaining the mess and surroundings neat and clean. After eating food, diners shall leave the cup, plate, waste food, etc. in the designated bins. Students should not bring any pet animals into the mess halls or encourage such a practice in the hostels. And the use of the electrical appliance. So use of electrical appliance such as immersion heaters, electrical stove heaters are forbidden in rooms allotted for residents. Use of audio system which may cause inconvenience to other occupants are not allowed. Use of personal TV, VCR, VCD or DVD is strictly prohibited. When the students go out of their room, they should switch off all the electrical or electronic appliances and keep it locked. Students should not meddle with the network switches which are installed in the hostels. Laundry facilities and ironing of the clothes and payment of usual charges is available in the hostel premises. So here we are briefing about the mess discipline rules. The boarders are advised to be in a proper dress while entering in the dining hall of the hostel. The boarders should stick to the timing of breakfast, lunch, evening snacks, and dinner as displayed from time to time by the hostel authority. List of students who have not deposited the mess advance will be notified. Such students may not be considered eligible for allotment of rooms in the occurring afterward semesters. List of students passing out from the institute but having the mess bill or any other dues pending against them will be notified and displayed. For them, no due certificate will not be issued. So student must ensure no dues clearance certificate from the concerned official authority before leaving the institute and getting all the documents. So all the boarders are required to deposit a mess advance as decided by the institute from time to time at the time of registration for each semester. This amount is required for monthly payment of the mess bills to the vendors. And here we are giving the mess timings. So on working days, breakfast will be from 7:15 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. and lunch will be 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and evening snacks will be from 4:45 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. and night dinner will be 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. On weekends or holidays times, the breakfast will be 7:30 to 10 a.m. Lunch will be 2:30 to 2:30 p.m. Snacks will be 4:45 to 6:15 p.m. Dinner will be 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And the collective responsibilities of all the students is general damage of the hostel properties will be the collective responsibility of all the residents. Residents should not indulge in practices or activities which may endanger their own personal safety as well as others. Residents shall be personally responsible for the safety of their belongings. Residents are required to obey all traffic rules inside the campus. Students should not arrange any picnic outside without specific permission of the warden or chief warden or concerned authorities. Residents are required to be conscious of the environment in which they live by keeping it clean, healthy, and presentable. Residents are required to park the bicycles only in the space provided for them in an orderly manner. The student should take prior permission from the warden before taking any belongings out of the hostels. Any complaint or suggestions regarding the food and water should be brought to the immediate attention of the caretaker or warden or mess secretary, deputy chief warden for corrective action at the fast process. And related to the security, so we have given some instructions to the students which are very important to everyone. So students, do not leave any valuables unattended. Do not leave your unlocked unattended even for short periods of time. So latch your room while sleeping. Always carry the institute identity card. So do not disclose the passwords of your email, debit card, credit card, etc. Use a chain with a padlock for your bicycles for more security purpose. Unlocked bicycles will be taken into security custody. So that's why you need to lock your bicycles with a proper chain with a padlock. So write your name on the frame of your bicycle and keep its purchased documents with you for future purpose. Motorbikes of students will not be permitted inside the campus. Students should not use motorbikes of the staff or faculty on campus. So hostlers are responsible for their belongings. Spreading rumors, filling false complaint is considered indiscipline issue. Refrain from indulging any activity leading to cybercrime is the main issue. Must obtain gate pass for outing. If you have any issues after joining here regarding the security related things, you can contact this number. This is the for security control. And disciplinary rules for the inmates of the hostels. So briefing the following rules shall be applicable to both boy and girl students residing in the hostels. Every student must remember that hostel is the second home of the student on the campus. The students once admitted into the hostel will continue to be a hostel inmate throughout the academic year. The admission into the hostel is valid The admission into the hostel is valid up to commencement of summer vacation or end of academic program, whichever is earlier. Room furniture, electrical fittings, etc. are required to be maintained by the students in good condition. Residents shall occupy the rooms only after allotment is made by the concerned hall wardens. No student shall remain absent from the hostel rooms during the night. This already we informed. Hostel students shall not leave the headquarters without with written permission from the concerned block warden. So this is the disciplinary rules. Continuation to that, any hostel student sheltering any unauthorized persons will be expelled from the hostel immediately and shall be liable to disciplinary action by the institute. No association of students on the basis of reason, caste, creed, or race is be permitted. No secret activities or meetings are permitted in the hostel premises. Keeping of lethal weapons, including sticks, rods, chains, etc., in the hostel rooms is strictly prohibited. A hostel student will be completely responsible for all his possessions, including his or her cycle, laptop, computer, and electronic gadgets, etc. The institute hostel will not be responsible for any loss incurred. No one should use belongings of other students without their consent. So here we are giving consolidated major or minor disciplinary actions for some typical misbehavior. So here, this is the typical disciplinary actions like different activities which student can be involved, and respective punishments will be imposed by the respective imposing authority. So for example, I am briefing some important activities. If student involve groupisms, gangs, strikes, punishment will be warning with a fine of 5,000. Imposing authority will be head of the department of respective student, dean, dean academic affairs, associate dean students affairs, registrar, chief warden, and respective block warden. Antisocial, anti-national, warning with a fine of 10,000. And damage to the institute or hostel property, fine up to the double of the cost of the property. Social media network remarks, apology in media, and a fine of 20,000, and the same imposing authority. Involving ragging directly or indirectly. So for that one, punishment will be expelled from the placement service. That is very important. So we're thinking to place the points-based system. So initially you will provided 100 points. Depending on your this kind of activities, you will be minus points from the 100 one. We have the cutoff points. If you are reach that point, so you won't be allowed to sit the placements. So chairman of consent committee will be taken the imposing authority. Smoking and consumption of alcohol. So expelled for a semester and a fine of 20,000. Narcotics, drugs, this kind of activities, if student involved, expelled with a fine of 25,000, and respective imposing committee will be taken the appropriate decision based on the case-based case. Use of weapons, expulsion, immediate expulsion from the institute and as well as from the hostels. So head of the department, dean, associate dean, registrar, chief warden, security committee will be taken the respective resolutions. Criminal offences outside the campus. For that one, he will be punished, expelled from the institute until student is acquitted. Dean, associate dean, registrar, chief warden will be the imposing authority for this kind of actions. So this is the rights of hostel management. It will take this form while student will joining the institute. So this will be the about any breach of these rules, above mentioned rules, will invite an inquiry which will be conducted by the hostel management. If the hostel resident is found guilty, then the hostel management will take the disciplinary action that it may deems fit. Depending on the case, the management reserves the right to take disciplinary action amounting to expulsion at short notice from the hostel. So with that one, so you have to give your details and about your guardian parents details, so that in future, whatever disciplinary action if student involved, so appropriate right will be taken by the hostel management. Yeah, so with that one, we'll conclude. Thank you so much for your patience, and yeah.